Oh my God. And that stuff actually restores my social batteries more than anything else.
I started buying potatoes in bulk, and my happiness has increased proportionally to the size of the bag.
If you're always waiting around for somebody to join you, you're never gonna do anything.
Good morning. It is 2:53 a.m. and I am just too excited to sleep. I get so giddy when I go on these little solo expeditions. Although I'm going just for a day, less than a day actually, less than 12 hours. I just can't sleep. I actually woke up at 2. My plan was to leave at 4. I set my alarm for 3:45. And I want to go catch a sunrise in Big Bear. So the plan was to leave around 4, which means I pretty much bought myself an hour of time to just chill. Maybe I'll leave a little bit earlier so that I catch the golden hour. So the sunrise is about 6:51, which golden hour will be about 6:30. Blue hour will start around like 6:20-ish. Hopefully it's not too cloudy to catch the sunrise. Otherwise I'll just be sitting in the clouds at 6 a.m. The whole point of these adventures is to have fun. I packed up my car yesterday already because I was like, okay, in the morning, all I want to do is wake up, get coffee, and go. But now that I'm up so early, I don't know yet what I'll do with myself. But let's go make coffee. I want to make a whole pot to put in my thermos and some to drink on the way and some for now. So let's do that. I started buying potatoes in bulk, and my happiness has increased proportionally to the size of the bag. Oh, hey there. What are you doing? I can't feed you at 3 a.m. Are you crazy? It doesn't work that way. Oh, okay, it works that way. Fine. But just like a few kibble, okay? But don't spread the word that we're giving out kibble. Yes, I got it. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me look. The coffee has been secured. Oh, that first sip of coffee. I have also prepared on this chair the things that I will wear and backup things that I will wear, and then backup to backup. I have my camera bag waiting for me and a bag of other camera supplies. So I am prepared for this 7-hour adventure. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be epic. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm all dressed up for adventure. This is my adventure outfit. Let's do a little happy dance. 5 stars. One of the reasons why I couldn't go back to sleep actually is because, and my brain does that a lot, it started writing. It started writing a new video idea. The ideas have been just flooding out of me. I think I have opened the gates of the ideas by getting out of my own way. Okay, the time has come to finally go. I almost forgot my jacket. I actually left already and had to come back because it would have sucked if I forgot my jacket because I think it's around -5 or -6 degrees Celsius in Big Bear right now, so I would be freezing. I actually brought a sleeping bag in case I want to chill outside and get really freaking cold, you know? So the last thing to do is to just get some tunes and start driving. Got my coffee, got my extra coffee in the back, got my water. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's go. So I have made it to Big Bear. It is -4 degrees Celsius. Ooh la la. Good thing I always have emergency warm socks in the car. It's just who I am. It's just, I will always be ready for all weather conditions. I've learned that the hard way. I might be a little bit too late for amazing colors. I actually had to pull over driving up the mountain because I started crying from how beautiful the sky was. It was so pink and orange. And I think I might have missed that here. I think it might be too late. It is 6:33. The sunrise is supposed to happen at 6:51. So I think I missed the the best of the golden hour, but I might also be wrong since I am at 7,000 feet of elevation. So maybe the golden hour hasn't come yet. So I'm gonna dress up into something layery. You're a sheriff. Why are you speeding? And then let's catch some sunrise. It is absolutely freaking gorgeous out here. Yay. Nope, nope. I'm not too late. It's happening. It's happening now. Oh my god, I have to hurry. Goodbye, neck. Goodbye, forehead. Y'all, I'm bringing out the big guns. This is what I saw driving up. I don't know how to dress myself. Oh my, oh my, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let's freaking go.
Oh my god. This is incredible. This is just absolutely insane. Look at this. Wow. I cannot believe how beautiful this is. I'm guessing the highest of flabbers. This was definitely worth driving 2 hours for. Like at this point, if I go home, it will still be the best day ever. This was a success. Amazing. Okay, so I have accomplished one thing already today. So I might have purchased a hat. I said I wouldn't spend any unnecessary money. I fell in love with the colors. This is just phenomenal. And I will finally have my breakfast. I have no idea where to put everything. So it's actually not as cloudy as I thought it would be. You can actually still see, well, you can't, but I saw the snow up on the mountains. It's really pretty. Last time I was in Big Bear, it was still summer, so it's like incredible to see all of this nature changing. Like, look at the trees. They're so naked. Whenever I go and explore a new area or old area, pretty much whenever I go anywhere, is just to have nice little snack or a meal outside, I am so grateful to be able to experience this. This is kind of like similar to what I do on all of my adventures. Pretty much don't film most of them, but I wanted to take you along to show you what it is that I do when I'm alone. And here's the thing, I didn't used to do things alone. For a long time, I really tried to be like an outgoing social person. Ever since I was little, I actually leaned towards solitude. I know sometimes people choose solitude when they get bullied, but I got bullied because I wanted to be just left alone and read. I was very much like just in my own world, vibing, reading, and I guess when you want to be left alone, for some reason it like pisses people off to no end. It pissed a lot of kids off. So I got bullied. I grew up watching all of these movies that showed people who like to spend time with themselves as like freaks, you know? There's something wrong with them. Everyone aspires to be popular. Everyone aspires to have so many friends. For a long time, I went out of my way to actually live that kind of life so I could, I don't know, so I could feel like I'm fitting in and I'm like surrounded by a bunch of people, right? That was like the highest value one could have, is like how many people you have texting you on a Friday night. The problem is that my social battery gets drained extremely fast. When you look at all of these movies that we grew up watching, being alone means you're weird, something's wrong with you. You're only being alone because you don't know how to make friends, you have no social skills, you're shy, yada, yada, yada. And it took me so long to embrace the fact that I like to be alone and I like my solitude. And in the last few years, I finally embraced loving the solitude. Letting yourself have the freedom to be exactly who you are is extremely comforting and exciting. And the reason why I love being alone, I like to go on adventures with other people too. Most of my closest friends have been in my life over 10 years. It's not that I just can't find anyone to go with, which was the most common thing I hear too. Oh, you just need that special someone's gonna go with. Even with that, I still like to do things alone. Whether I'm in a relationship or not in a relationship, I like to do things alone because when I'm alone, obviously not now because I'm talking to a camera, but what I like to do is I like to focus on every single thing I'm seeing. I like to absorb all of it in silence, in peace. I like to contemplate. I like to grab a notebook and journal for hours at a time about nothing and everything. I like to read. Like, there's nothing more exciting to me than going on a first run in an unknown environment or read a book in a new place. I find that so freaking exciting. Or have a meal with an amazing view. Because when I am around people, I like to pay attention to them. I like to listen, you know? I like to have conversations. And my favorite kind of people are also the people who I can exist in silence with without it being awkward. Like, we can sit each on our own rock and not say anything for half an hour and it's not weird. And I just see the world differently when I'm alone. I can like turn on all of my senses and just live, exist, feel everything, immerse myself in my environment as much as it's humanly possible. And that stuff actually restores my social batteries more than anything else. And it feeds my soul. It's just so, it's like a form of meditation. I swear my brain just cleanses itself when I do stuff like that. I'm focused, but like in a soft way. I swear to God, I'm not high. I know I sound super high right now. I'm high on life, man. I don't know. I do feel like whenever I do stuff like this, spend time alone and spend it exactly in a way that I want to, I do get like a high out of it. I think it releases dopamine. I'm incredibly happy right now. I'm gonna turn off the camera now and enjoy this. You can see the snow up here. Very important plants. Here's the deal when it comes to doing things alone, spending time alone. One of my favorite quotes: maybe the purpose in life is not to become something or someone, but to unbecome everything you weren't meant to be. Meaning, we've been conditioned to be a certain way from the moment we're born. And sometimes we lose touch with who we are because there's just so much noise around and so much pressure, so much to keep up with, that we don't have a chance to actually go deep and think about who we are. And being alone allows you to do that. You don't have constant feedback from the world about your existence. And you can clear your thoughts and kind of just organize them. Really, dig deep. And when you're alone and you do things alone, yeah, of course you're going to be bored sometimes. And I think that's great. I think we should be bored because it makes us reach after things we normally wouldn't if we're always preoccupied with the next fun thing. I am a bit exhausted by now. It's noon. I've been up since 2. I drove quite a while. I cruiser boarded. I've been walking around and I've been talking to the camera and I'm exhausted. But that doesn't mean that I'm having a terrible time. It just means I'm switching into relaxation mode and just existing peacefully. One of the good things about doing stuff alone is that nobody is waiting for you. You don't have to rely on anybody to have time in order for you to do things that you want to do. I think too many people wait around way too much. And we're only on this planet for a few decades. If you're always waiting around for somebody to join you, you're never gonna do anything. Oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I saw that place, but nobody has time for me. Everybody has abandoned me, blah, blah, blah. And it's go alone. And good thing about also doing things alone is that it boosts your confidence because you have only yourself to rely on. It kind of when you get in trouble or if something happens, you got to solve it on your own. And it kind of creates this trust that you have for yourself. It gives you an opportunity to experience more of life because pretty much you open yourself up to possibilities. But there have been a lot of things that before I did them alone for the first time, I was petrified. The first time I drove alone, I was scared. Now I can drive several states by myself. The first half marathon I ever ran was by myself. Actually, every half marathon to this day, I ran by myself. First time I went on a solo adventure, I was scared. All of these things are just so easy now. So easy. I can pack up a bag and go somewhere the next day like that if I want to. And I know I can go camping by myself, paddleboarding by myself. There's so many options, and my life has become so much more full. And also the people that I do have around, which is another thing. If you have like friends or partner or something who are on different schedules, so you never quite find the time to spend, to do things together often. Or if you guys have like different responsibilities, you're in different stages of life, yada, yada, yada. That way, you also like relieve them of pressure to always join you, specifically when it comes to like being in a relationship. Instead of waiting for your partner to always join you and always be there and always accompany you, you can just go alone. It doesn't mean that you don't love the person. It just means that if they don't have the time or desire to join you, why should you deny yourself something that you want to do? The person that you are with is not your Velcro, you know? You don't have to be attached to the hip at all times in order for you to enjoy life. You can add life to your time, but you cannot add time to your life. Time is something you don't get back. And whether you're waiting around for somebody to join you, or gathering the courage to go, or telling yourself one day, someday, 1 year, or if you take action, you go do things alone, even if it's scary, even if it makes you feel silly, even if at first it feels awkward and uncomfortable, the time will pass anyway. Whatever it is you choose, time will pass regardless. So might as well spend it stretching your comfort zone and expanding it instead of waiting for one day until you're ready. Because the thing is, like, you'll never be ready. Being ready to do something that you want, even if you do it alone, is an action and not a feeling. You just kind of have to throw yourself into things. Solitude, not a scary thing, not a weird thing. Doesn't mean you don't love the person and people. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything by yourself. It just means peace and desire to know yourself outside of all of the noise. That's it.